Hello everybody, it's Pixie People here again, and I think this What If Deku series is gonna turn out fine, I think. Especially since we're doing a new thing for the sports festival. So you know how Deku, is in UA? I have an idea for that. So let's say in this version of events, there's a kid named Tukun. Tukun. He's from India, but he has a Japanese name for some reason. I'm kidding, I don't know. I just said Tukun, because two and Ken. I don't know. Tukun. It's just a random name I thought of. Tukun. He has a black bandages on his face with like a little tie at the back, and he's a hero from India. He was originally born from Japan, and and from India. He isn't a pro hero; he's a student, and he decided to come to the sports festival for a little internship, I guess. That is until one day and night, Deku hears about this guy and has his little devious plan. He sneaks into his house slowly, knocks off a bottle. Tukan sees, climbs up, walks off his couch, putting down his phone. Then he puts the glass into the sink, walks back to the couch, realizes his phone is gone, looks around even more for his phone, till he looks into his closet. Then Deku stabs him in the throat, and then Deku takes out the knife and rapidly stabs him in the stomach, killing Tukan. Then Deku looks through his pro hero outfit and then realizes he had a he finds his Tukan's cloth. So he puts on the cloth, covering all of his facial features. He even gets some uh, chi- pup. Um, I don't know what they're called, but they change the color of your eyes. Contacts. He gets contacts that look exactly like Tukan's eyes by stealing them, of course. Actually, no. He actually just slaughters everyone in that thing and just steals them. Then he uh, then he steals Tukan's outfits and his UA form uniform. So he decides to do something fun. He's going to do everything in his power to make Bakugo win unfairly. And you wonder why would he let Bakugo do that? Because he knows Bakugo really, really, really likes winning. Not by any cheap manner, by winning. And Deku knows that would get under his skin so much. So he's going to try his best. He actually snuck a switchblade under his hand so he could slash people. So, quote unquote, Tukun, which is Deku, uh, gets in there and actually finds Todoroki being, edgy right now, which Deku not particularly caring, but he's not even gonna try doing the whole, yeah, you can become a villain thing. No, Deku doesn't care until he realizes this Todoroki guy is cold to the touch, because he was actually gonna speak to Todoroki because he thinks he's one of Baku's friends. Because he heard after the USJ incident that the Nomu was covered in ice. Yeah, in this version, the Nomu was defeated by Baku and Todoroki, and All Might, but Todoroki did the final shot with a lot of ice. So he knows that Todoroki has ice abilities. He doesn't know about his fire abilities. But why is he cold to the touch? Wouldn't he have something to counter this? But he doesn't know he has a fire ability, so. But he actually goes up to front, even shoving people out of the way so he can get to Todoroki. So he's like slightly in front of Todoroki. So when Todoroki does his ice thing, when the thing begins, Deku is not hit by it. So he runs with Todoroki at the same time. With Todoroki getting kind of frustrated he didn't hit everyone, but he kind of ignores Deku. But Deku strikes up a conversation with Todoroki, which Todoroki ignores, but Deku keeps persisting, which makes Todoroki want to ice him. And he actually does, but Deku dodges it, switchblades Todoroki's outfit, and cuts his shoulder, which kind of surprises Todoroki, and he kind of chills out afterwards. which makes no sense because you think Todoroki would keep shooting ice. But for some reason, the cut kind of calmed him down, which kind of confused how this Tukun kid, obviously he only thinks his name's Tukun, already gets him out of his, cold feeling body, his cold emotion right now, just by cutting him. Which actually makes Todoroki kind of stop, but not completely stop. He's still sprinting as hard as can, but it kind of slows down, which makes Todoroki, Deku, pick him up actually and run with him. And then Todoroki gets out of his snap and wondering why he's picking him up. He thought, and then Deku just said, "You and me are gonna get to the finals, buddy." And wondering why would Deku do this? It's so Bakugo has a harder challenge in the future because he knows he has no chance against Bakugo directly. Because if he fought Bakugo again, he'd probably lose. Because Bakugo was in a state of shock when he fought Deku, but since Bakugo knows he's a villain now, he'd probably beat the crap out of Deku. So Deku has to be more mind game with Bakugo. So he runs with Todoroki until Todoroki says him to put him down. So he puts Todoroki down, and they actually run together, with Todoroki saving Deku from many zero pointers actually. Only because Deku helped him out of his emotional state. And Todoroki helps Todoroki clear cliffs because he knows Todoroki can't really jump that high. And he wants to keep Todoroki as cool, warm as possible so he doesn't freeze over. So him and Deku are teaming up. And when Todoroki is about to move through the minefield, Deku stops him, gives him a part of the zero pointer, and then signals to do a digging its thing. So Todoroki starts digging, and then realizing that what Deku's saying, he uses to his ability. And then Deku starts walking, and he tells Todoroki to stay. He starts walking all the way close to the mid area, and then he tells Todoroki to hit him. Yeah, they are that far ahead that they can just plan something out. Then Todoroki hits the explosive, shoots forward, and then Deku jumps in the air for Todoroki to grab him with. Then they both flip onto this. Then they both. Then they both get on part of the one pointer part, and then Todoroki shoots an ice pillar to shoot them even farther forward, which slams them both into first place. But they just give it to Todoroki because Todoroki did most of the work of saving Deku most of the time. Which then everyone starts getting into uproar, saying that they can't team, even though Deku says they can't team at the finals, so they all just agree that Tukun is okay with teaming with Todoroki for now. So Todoroki immediately asked him if he wants to be in the horse with them, and Deku immediately says yes. And then Todoroki collects, let's say he collects, let's say he collects Tokoyami in this version again. And let's even say he collects, Sato. He collects Deku. Todoroki collects Deku. Tetsu. Actually, no, it's Tokoyami. And, Sato. Also, here it is. Go. Deku knowing dang well he's fine. He doesn't really have to do anything. He just has to support Todoroki. And yeah, that's all he does, really. But except someone tried to sneak up on Todoroki, then he just slits one of the people's tendons so they fall, and then he just eliminates people. So if they try getting Bakugo's thing and they're close to him, he'll slit their tendons and they'll fall over. Don't worry, they're healed, so it kind of just looked like they broke it. Or just tore. Get this big water bottle with me. It kind of looks like a glass, but it ain't. Kind of look like a vodka bottle. Don't ask. But anyways. Deku, after all that, after, cutting people's tendons, Todoroki and his team get second place, compared to Bakugo, who had the 10 million points. Actually, they had the 10 million points. I just realized they still got first place because no one could get to Todoroki through Deku. Deku was on the left side, if you're wondering. And he actually took care of a lot of teams because they kept going for the 10 million points. Sometimes even got a triple slit tendon. And then the battles again. And yes, Deku actually fights Shinso in this version. And Shinso starts talking trash to Taco, Taco, Takai, Taco, it's Toucan. Forgot his name for a second. She starts talking trash to Toucan, but Deku doesn't really know what Toucan was like, so he didn't really care. So he just starts walking towards Shinso, which makes Shinso throw a punch, which makes Deku be faster than the blink of an eye, to, grab a tiny little bat from his pocket, slam Shinso's head in, cracking it actually, making it bleed. Then he hides the bat into his sleeve with no one looking. No matter how many slowdowns you do, you'll never catch Deku slamming Shinso's head in and concealing the bat. Actually, I could do this much easier. He actually puts brass knuckles on, pin slaps him, puts his brass knuckles away instantaneously. So then they just think Taco has a strength quirk because he just pimp slapped a guy and their jaw kind of broke. And no one checks his quirk description for some reason. And that's what Deku does. And Deku, after winning the Shinso fight, of course, um, Deku talks with. Who does he talk with? Then he talks to Todoroki again, telling him that he should use his fire against him. And then Todoroki asked why, because he knows Todoroki. He knows Deku somehow. He somehow knows that Deku doesn't have that good of durability. With Deku explaining that if he goes all out on a person like me, not just one shot at a person, it would make him look even stronger. To Bakugo. And then Todoroki asks why he would wonder about Bakugo. He's never met him. But Deku saves it by saying he thinks Bakugo is amazing for defeating the Nomu, just like he wanted to be friends with Todoroki. And then Todoroki gets a bit touched by this, by saying he wants to be his friend. Then Taco says yeah. Toucan says yeah. Which is Deku. Anyways, I'll just say Deku more often. And so Todoroki decides, yeah, he'll do it. Then after his fight with Shiro, which is actually kind of crazy because he actually just ices him completely, not with the big glacier, but just the tiny glacier. And then he melts it away. And then the Todoroki vs. Deku fight happens. Then Todoroki vs. Deku, Todoroki decides, immediately sets his flames off, which surprises everyone, especially Endeavor. Like, he thought he was not going to use it. He like legit was going to ask Toucan Deku if he could make Todoroki use his fire. But he never caught up to him, which made, Todo, uh, Todoroki kind of get in glee, knowing he made Endeavor. Like, he actually gets a bit of malice with that, knowing well that Endeavor is probably annoyed that he didn't, more annoyed than anything, that he didn't plan this. And yes, Endeavor is actually really annoyed that his son did something out of his control. His creation did something out of his control. Remember, this is Endeavor before he went on his redeem arc. Then Deku is excited. Then Deku pulls out his brass knuckles, which is actually in full view now. And everyone's like saying, "Is that allowed?" And then everyone's like, "Are you serious right now? He's fighting a guy with fire and ice. A strength guy isn't gonna do nothing unless he has like something to help him with." Remember, they didn't really see Shinso, get pimp slapped with brass knuckles. And then Deku puts two brass knuckles on. Then Todoroki shoots an ice beam, but what Deku does, instead of punching it, he jumps over it, punches it, in a weak spot, actually. He knows where ice weak spots are. Don't ask how he knows that. And he actually explodes the ice. Everyone just assumes he has a strong ice quirk, a strong punch, a strong strength quirk. But Deku is just using physics to make people think he has a quirk. But he doesn't. Every single second, they always think Deku has a strength quirk, but he doesn't have anything. He gets burned cold, and then he breaks off that cold. He actually is putting up a good fight against Todoroki. I don't think Todoroki's holding back because he has a friend. No, he's putting all of his strength into this. Deku's trying his hard just to dodge the fire and the ice. And eventually, uh, Deku loses his shirt. Well, actually, he has a bit of cloth left, but he just tears that off. And tells Deku to. Then tell. Todoroki, well, Deku says, bring it on, and Todoroki says, alright. And so, and wondering, Deku is big. He is jacked. Everyone can see this crap. They thought, Taco was, Tuka, Toucan, was, Asian, but then they remember he's actually Japanese. So that's why he has that skin tone, probably. Not a lot of people, not a lot of people have seen him, not a lot of people have seen Toucan's skin color, but actually he actually had Asian skin color. By, you know, I mean, light brown, I guess. If you're wondering how Todoroki's fire and ice hasn't melted away Todoroki's Deku's mask, his black mask, is because this black mask is actually made of like a fiber material that can't be burned, ice, melted. You know, the usual. So Deku can't really lose his mask. And so Todoroki and Deku have their fight still, and eventually Deku um, throws a punch at Todoroki, but Deku purposely pushes his hand away from Todoroki, which makes Todoroki realize what Deku's doing. So he freezes Deku, down to the freaking core. But then they look at Deku and he sees a bright ass smile on his face, which kind of freaks people out. Because it kind of seems like this kid doesn't smile that much. Because his smile is terrifying. Oh yeah, his face, his teeth are visible, if you're wondering. Yeah, like anyone is, like not a single person's gonna look at your teeth and tongue and assume you're a different person. Afterwards, Deku gets thawed out and thanks Todoroki for winning. But Todoroki tells him that you purposely lost. And Deku says, nah, you totally beat me. If you're wondering what that punch was, that would have clocked Todoroki out. That would have knocked him clean on his feet, taking a nice nap. But Deku misses it for Todoroki. Then after Deku, he actually walks up to you at his classroom, sits next to Kirishima. Oh wait, no, he walks up to Kaminari, who is a bit dreary after a student being killed, which is Kirishima, because Deku. If you think that would like ruin Yue's career, somehow it didn't. Somehow they didn't. Yue didn't get immediately shut down after a kid got killed, which Kirish, Kaminari laments to Deku this information, thinking he's just a new guy, thinking Bakugo has been pretty off his game after Kirishima par- uh, died. Really? I heard that kid on the news, right? He was one of Bakugo's friends? Yeah, mine too. It's just Bakugo's. They were really good friends. They just met for a couple days, but they're really good friends, you know? You know, you just know a person and they become your friend. No, I used to, but they kind of drifted from me. Then afterwards, Kaminari and Deku just cooled down. So, after Baku gets into the match, Deku can clearly, like, eye to eye, see Bakugo is definitely off his game, which gives Deku confidence that Baku is going to lose this. You know why? You know why. It's because. You know why. De- Deku just completely and utterly just gave Todoroki big confidence, joy, actually, on using his fire side. It's been so long since he's actually found joy by using that fire side. But you know what's actually scary about this? Todoroki is feeling malice, like rage, instead of joy. He's feeling enraged joy, which is not good. Like battle joy. You know how anime characters get really excited after they get like a cool have a fun fight? You know what I mean? That's what Todoroki's feeling right now. With Bakugo being off guard, Todoroki is able to get a fire burn off, which actually burns Bakugo slightly, but he catches it and is still off his game, actually missing a couple explosions with Todoroki. Let's just say after a couple explosions and ice and fire is thrown, Todoroki wins barely. I'm kidding, he actually wins easily. Somehow, Todoroki, Todoroki just being in that battle mood, kind of won. So, and then Deku gets up and starts clapping loudly. Kirishima Kaminari being a bit iffy, but he does start clapping. Just because one of his friends lost to his other friend does not mean he has to be down in pooper. Party pooper. Then Deku. Then Deku. All right. All right. So Deku, after Deku sees Todoroki win his release. Actually, weirdly enough, Deku is actually third place this time. If you're wondering why, let's just say Tokyo lost in the earlier round. Earlier in the round. Then Deku quickly leaves, not wanting the All Might hug. Then a police officer shows up to the ceremony, telling them that Toucan has died, and then they saw that there was an imposter here. He was stabbed rapidly into his stomach, which kind of frightens both Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo. Cause who was that? Why did he? Why was it so easily for him to integrate into integrate into the student area so easily, which gets a lot of people scared. If it's that easy for a teenager to get into their be top tier year without a quirk, because Toucan's quirk was actually a strength quirk, so they don't think there's a double quirk. So they just assume Deku had no quirk, and that's why they were. Now that makes even more sense why Deku used brass knuckles. And then they actually check the cam footage, and only like barely sees Deku put his brass knuckles on and pimp slap Shinso. Shinso's been unconscious this whole time, so they realize. Anyways, that's that's it for that arc. Anyways, after in the Stain arc, Deku is walking down the street. He sees Ida getting absolutely destroyed by Stain, and then Deku just throws a knife into Stain's side, which makes Ida be able to get up and actually kill Stain. Ida kills Stain, like he bashes his entire head in. It explodes, which Deku smiles at, and then leaves. If you're wondering how Deku hid the fact that he had a robotic leg, he just put a boot and socks on, and he had a long pants things on. That's how he hid his foot. Anyways, that's one of the things right now. See y'all later. Like, subscribe, hit the post notification bell. But you already knew that because I say it in every single video.